Yes, my Between the Liners, welcome back to the latest episode of the Old Trafford vlogs. Manchester United v Charlton in the League Cup, the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it. It's the quarterfinals. It's time for the big boy games. It's getting serious. And look, we've got League One opposition. Couldn't ask for better draw in the round. We've also got Reading and the FA Cup in the next round. For once, it feels like, as a Man United fan, we're getting easy draws in the Cup. Look, the way we've been playing the last few games, can we expect anything less than a clean sheet and a win? And probably we can expect 3 goals today, let's be honest. Charlton, the League One side, they've been there for the last 3 years. My best memories of Charlton growing up, Alan Kirbishley, Danny Murphy, Lee Bowyer. Who else have they got? And also, obviously, how can I forget the Van Nistelrooy turn and volley after great play from Rooney, chipping it into Rude. Rude takes it on his chest, does a 360 spin in one motion and volleys it top corner. Unbelievable goal, one of my favourite goals of Rude. Obviously one of my favourite striker, one of my favourite Man United players. From today's game, I'm expecting Ten Hag to do quite a bit of rotation. He usually does play a pretty strong side against most teams, to be honest. But look, it's Charlton. We've obviously got City and Arsenal and Palace coming up soon. We need to rest a couple players. I'm guessing Maguire, Lindelof, Malacia, Wan-Bissaka all come in. Maybe he might play Casemiro just for a bit of strength. Bruno's suspended as well. I'm in a hotel about 20-minute walk away from Old Trafford, so I'm going to go grab some food. Score prediction quickly, 4-0 United. I'm going to go grab some food, make my way to the ground, get some more footage for you guys. Like the video, subscribe, see you in a sec.
on Anthony. What a goal.
United's goal, scoring number 21, Anthony. United's goal, scored by number 10, Marcus Rashford.
Yes, man, between the Lioners, I am back at the hotel. Manchester United have just beaten Charlton Athletic 3-0 at Old Trafford. Anthony goal, Rashford 2 goals. You know what? That was not as comfortable as the scoreline suggests in the end. I don't know how we've come through winning that game 3-0. Even the Rashford third goal, the second, Rashford second, our third goal, looked offside to me. I'm not sure, I'm going to have to watch it back. But overall, that wasn't very comfortable. Shout out the Charlton supporters as well, you know, because I've been to, about 8 or 9 games at Old Trafford this season. That was potentially the best away support I've seen at Old Trafford this season. Close would be probably Ammonia, which is funny I'm saying that because they're such a small team. No disrespect to them. But Ammonia and Charlton, probably two of the smallest teams we've played this season, or lesser sides. And they've had the best fans at Old Trafford I've seen. They cheered for the Charlton team the whole time. They were getting at the United fans a lot of the time. Obviously, some of us gave it back. Can't keep quiet. But yeah, big up the Charlton fans. And I'll tell you what, Charlton didn't make a fool of themselves because, if anything, our second string side just did not really impress. And a clear indication of that is by the 60th minute, I think Ten Hag brought on Eriksen, Casemiro and Rashford, clearly showing he wasn't happy. And I don't think that was an indication on the guys he took off. He took off Fred, Mainu and I think Anthony. Them three weren't actually that bad. Surprisingly, he left McTominay on and Elanga on until late. And I really thought McTominay had a really bad game, to be honest. Just in possession, he was so wasteful. Every time he got the ball in and around the box, he gave it away. Didn't know what to do. Even Fred, to a certain extent, was very wasteful. Even Kobe Mainu, I thought, was a bit wasteful. In the first half, he had a few nice little touches, kept it well. Then in the second half, I thought he was a lot better. Got a bit used to the pace of the game. I thought good debut for him at least. And he come off, which I was quite surprised by. But I get it, obviously Ten Hag wanted a bit more control midfield. And you know what? This is one thing I haven't really understood why Pellistri. I think that was just Pellistri's debut for United in an actual competitive fixture. And he's come on and genuinely, he looked like a threat. Like he's done more than Elanga has done in Elanga's whole career, other than the Atletico Madrid goal, in 10 minutes than what Elanga's done. Pellistri, I'm surprised he hasn't got more minutes based on that performance. Obviously, it's only Charlton, but I'm pretty sure he got an assist. I think he got like a pre-assist in Rashford's second goal. Casemiro got the final touch before giving it off to Rashford. And what else do we need to say about Marcus Rashford? Man of the moment
And you know when you come off the bench, yeah, I don't even think he really did too much. But then in the crucial moments when he was through and goal, you just knew he was going to score. And he made it look easy. I need to watch those finishes back again, but the finishes just looked so easy for him, so class. And shout out Garnacho as well. The guy, in my opinion, I'll give him man of the match from United side. Because the rest of our team, that second strength side hasn't done enough. A stake of claim in the first team. Like the Maguire, I thought was pretty poor other than when he's required to head it out. Charlton made it a very physical battle, and we allowed them to be honest. It made it, especially that second half, was so scrappy. Personally, I don't think we deserve a 3-0 win, but we deserve the win. Charlton, I wouldn't say really threatened us in terms of getting a shot away. You know what? Big surprise, you know. Dubravka in the last round was poor, yeah? Tom Heaton tonight wasn't that bad, you know. He was one of the surprising players in our team. I thought he played pretty decent. Everything that came at him, he dealt with well, handled the ball well, kept it, was glued to his hands. Distribution wasn't too bad. Kicking out wasn't too bad. So yeah, big up Tom Heaton, you know. A bit. I feel sorry for him because obviously you're behind De Gea. How many minutes are you really going to play? But I thought he did well. And he's 10 times better than Dubravka. How Dubravka managed to play for Man United is an absolute joke. And I thought he was alright before, but he was shit. Like, let's be real. Shout out to Anthony as well. That was a great finish. I'd say signs of progression in his gameplay. Obviously, we're only playing a League One team in Charlton, but he was a bit better on the ball today. And obviously, his finish, you can see that he's got that in his locker because I think this is like the third time he's done that same shot against City, Charlton today. There was someone else earlier in the season, I can't remember. He's done like the same shot every time. He just whipped it into that top corner. An unbelievable finish, to be honest. Great goal. I thought Martinez coming back, he was definitely the best player in defence by far. Malacia is worrying me a little because he's just a bit ineffective, a bit wasteful in possession. I think he gets up and down the line well, he tracks back well, but his possession isn't really quite up to scratch yet. Dalot went off with an injury, which is a bit of a disappointment, so hopefully he's all right. Wan-Bissaka came on, did his usual thing, tackled back and did well. I'm going to be real though, and I'm going to end on a bit of a disappointment because the way we played today and the way we played the last few games against some of these lesser sides just really proves that we're capable of getting hurt, especially by teams on the counter. Because look, this is a League One team, and genuinely, especially in the first half, the amount of times they got through after beating the first line of press and they got from one end of the pitch to the other was very, very scary because if that was a better team, they're punishing us. And they kept attacking down the right-hand side, our right-hand side, Wan-Bissaka and Dalot's side. And they looked like they were capable of just getting down to the line and getting a cross in. And it was just looking a bit too easy for them. And this has happened in the last few games against lesser sides. So coming up to the Man City game next year, I'm very concerned. I'm a bit worried. And especially this second team that played today can never play again. I think Ten Hag did it once against Real Sociedad when he changed like a lot of the team and they lost 1-0 that game. If this was a better team, I don't see us coming through winning that game 3-0. Regardless, there's one positive from this though that you could say is that Ten Hag's shape, especially for teams that are very defensive. You can see that the team knows what they're doing. Like you can see the fullbacks spreading out as far as they can. 2 centre-backs are very high up. The midfield is a bit narrow. Garnacho is coming in to collect. You can see that the shape is working, but still very, very uncomfortable performance, to be honest. Looking ahead, Manchester City, the big derby on Saturday. We've got a preview coming out in the Between the Lines podcast this week for the Manchester derby and the North London derby, so watch out for that one, probably coming out on Thursday. Look, the test that's been coming, the games that we've had recently, the Bournemouths, the Nottingham Forest, the Charlton, the Evertons, we've made light work of them and we beat them even when we're not at our best, to be honest. But now is a real test. Manchester derby at home, Old Trafford. I'm not going to be there for that one, unfortunately. Let's take it to them. That's the only thing we can do. And I trust Ten Hag. I trust his management to get us through the game in a much better way than he did when we lost 6-3 earlier on in the season. This is the real test. The big games are coming up. We've got Palace away next week as well, which I'm going to be going to, hopefully. And also we've got Arsenal coming up as well. 3 big games in 8 days. We've also got now a cup semi-final to look forward to, the EFL Cup. So hopefully trophies on the way, hopefully top 4 secured, and potentially even, I'm not going to say we're going to win the title because of the way we play against lesser sides, but close to getting closer to a title challenge at least. That's all we can ask for, especially in Ten Hag's first season, because everyone's already written us off before the season. All the non-United fans were going to say we're saying we're going to finish 6th. And look, we're playing a lot better than everyone else expected. Proof that good coaching can get you far, and obviously great signs like Casemiro or Eriksen. Bro, I want to end it off on a positive note. Marcus Rashford, MBE. Manchester United have won 8 games in a row. I think Rashford's now scored in 8 home games in all competitions in a row at Old Trafford. It's unbelievable. This is the Between the Lines podcast. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. I'm in Manchester tonight, gonna relax. No work in the morning tomorrow. I'm gonna do it on my phone and from here. But yeah. See you in the next one. Peace out.
Between the lines.